I get asked to do garden flags quite often, so I decided to give it a try. So I bought this 10 pack of garden flags and I bought this garden flag stake separately. I bought them on Amazon. I'll have a link below. So the printable area for these that I can press is roughly 15 inches by 11 and a half inches. And of course, my printer doesn't print that big. The biggest I can print, or the biggest that I have paper for, is the 8.5 by 14. And so I am going to play with this and we are going to make a garden flag. So I am starting in my Canva account. So I am going to create a custom size. And so the width is that I can print is only about 8.5. So I'll go 8.5 or I'll go 8.25. And the height will be, I'll just do 14 inches for now. Go 13.75. And I'm going to hit create a new design. And so now this is going to come in. And now I recently uploaded, I went to Creative Fabrica, and being Christmas is ending, and they have from Christmas for 12 days, they have an amazing deal going on now for their all access. And so I'll have a link below for that. I'll be sure to check it out. But I found these spring flowers and butterflies because I figure it's time to start thinking spring. You can get anything that you want to download, but I am going to go to upload here in my Canva account. Now, I do have the Canva Pro account, so I'm going to go into my butterflies here and I'm going to butterflies and flowers and I'm going to upload everything except that thank you page there. I haven't looked at these yet, so I don't quite know what they all look like, but I thought it would be fun to play with them. And so now I've got these coming in and I am going to start with a text box because I think I'm going to add our last name. So I'll put Myers in there and I'm going to stretch that out. I don't know what font I'm going to be using yet, but I thought I'll get my name centered in here, up somewhere in here. And then I really like the established look. So I'm going to go into elements here in Canva and I'm going to see if they have any of that EST. So they got mama and I just want the box. So I'm going to look here and see what they have. Nope, I guess I'm probably just going to have to create my own. So what I will do is I'll bring an element in here. So let's go to elements and I'm going to get rid of this established and maybe I'll do a rectangle. Uh, so now I think I will check on rectangle frame here. Oh, there we go. This is great. So I'll go to graphics and I'm going to pull one in that I think will look good to put our established in. I kind of like this one. Let's try this one. Turn it on its side here. Bring it in. Make it a little bit smaller. Get it nicely centered. And then I will bring another text box in. And I'm not going to change the font yet, but I am going to write EST all small and then 1981. I just dated myself, but so here we go. I'm going to move this in the center here. Make it bigger. Let's go here and make it bigger. Get this nice and big in there and pull it up to center it. And now let's play with some fonts here. I'll start with Myers. And I'm going to go into my Canva San here. And these are fonts that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica. I have videos for that, so you can see some of my other videos. I'll try to link one below for you. But otherwise, I do have quite a few that show how to upload Creative Fabrica fonts into Canva. Let's see here. Let's try this Barbie regular. That's kind of cute. Maybe I'll swing this up a bit now that it's got that font in there. I'll move it up. Now let's change the font of the established and see what we get here. Let's see. go through. I get so excited when I look at these fonts because they are so much fun to change. Oh, that Chili Christmas is kind of cute on there. Let me make this bigger. Make it fit right in there. Let's leave that for now. We can always change it. So now let's go back to our uploads and look at all of these beautiful designs that came in. So, oh, fun. There's some really nice ones in here. Quite a few that came in from that spring flowers and butterflies from Creative Fabrica. So I'm going to find something. Oh, I like this one. So I'm going to move this up a bit and let's see what else we can get with that purple color in here. Oh, now I'm into some of the other stuff there. This one's pretty. Turn it a little bit. Get it in there. Pull that in. I'll send that to the back. Hit position, and then you can send it to the back here. Send it back. There we go. And then the establish comes forward. Let me shrink this one down a bit and just kind of add it up here. Above, give it a little turn here. Leave that one there, leave that one there. Now we'll find another one here. Maybe turn this one a little bit this way yet. That's very pretty. All right, now let's see what else we can find here to throw in on this one. Oh, these blues are very, very pretty. I think I'll stick with the blues, huh? I'll bring this down and get it up. Too many butterflies. Let's get just some plain flowers. I'm going to go into elements here and I'm going to just click on spring flowers just because it'll be quicker here to throw some in. This is real pretty. I'm going to throw that all the way to the back of everything. So position to back to back. Make it a little smaller and then turn it a little bit to make it our own here. Not quite that much there. Move him down, make him a little bit smaller, and see what other spring flowers we have here. Let's see, go to graphics here. See if there's, let's see here. Now we can see the magic recommendations for that one. And I really like that one. So I'm going to delete that one because it added it to the page. Get rid of that. And let's see what they have here. That's very pretty. So I'm going to shrink that down and maybe stick that up here and then drop it behind our butterfly, move it to the back. And I'm just going to go to some more of these. Oh, that's pretty. Can really fill this up with some pretty flowers in here. Move this one over a bit and up and then send it to the back. And now let's play with our name here and get some color in there. And I'm going to also add some more uh, designs to this as well. I got to send this one to the back. It didn't go back all the way. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to color and it brought in the colors. You can see the color palette down here from the flowers that we used. And so we can start changing the color of our name here. I think I will keep it into this blue area. And now when I've got this highlighted, I'll change that one too and see if I can change the frame here too. Oh, that's the flower. Get the frame. If I can get a hold of it here. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Let's go to position and let's go to layers here so that we can see this guy. Pull this up, make it up on the top or move it up so that we can get a hold of it. Now we can maybe change the color of that. So I'm going to change the color of that as well. See, you see how we did that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some effects here. I do like the outline effect. If you watch any of my videos, you can see that that's usually my favorite. And I'm going to outline that in white. And then let's make this bigger so you can see better. And then I can change the thickness here. And I'm going to make that nice and thick so that it shows up really well. And now I'm going to center it a little bit better here so I can get my mouse to move or make this a little bit bigger. Oops, that's the wrong one. I want the established here. Oh, gotta go back to position. Go to this one. Now I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here, just because I want that established to be right inside of there. So I'm gonna, oh, lost it again. Go to position, grab it, and I want to just make sure that I have this centered really nicely there on the page. So I'm going to leave that. And now I'm going to go and see if I can maybe change that color to white even too. Oh yeah, that looks much better. All right, so now I'm going to go up and I'm going to go to Myers here and I'm going to go to Effect here. And on this one, I think I will change it to, oh, I kind of like the color that it suggested. We'll see though. And I'm going to pull this down. Now I am going to keep filling this in. So I went in and I added a bunch more of our beautiful flowers here. And then I also went in and I did change the effect here to white. I wanted to have it have the white background. So now what I did is I started a second Canva workspace here, and I did it at 1.5 inches by 11 inches because we have some room in these areas right here that we're going to be able to fit some flowers in that will go around the outside of the banner because we do have a little bit of space left on the banner. So I added some flowers into this 1.5 inch space by 11. And that is just simply by adding them in and dragging them to a spot here. So I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to share this. So I'm going to download this and I am going to raise the DPI up because I do have the Canva Pro. I'm going to click transparent background and I'm going to download that one. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the same thing here. I am going to share this file. Going to click share and download, and I'm going to raise up my DPI and hit transparent background. And then I'm going to download it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new Word document here. So file, open a new document. And the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to go to layout here and I'm going to do an 8.5 by 14. And I'm going to make that a portrait. And I'm going to put in my custom margins of 0. And I am going to insert our first design here, which is this one here. And so I'll shrink this down so you can see it a little bit better. So I'm going to print this one just the way it is on that paper. Maybe I'll center it a little bit. Go here to wrap and through. Then I can move it around on my page just a little bit. Now I'm going to open another document here. And this one, I'm going to make sure that I have 8.5 by 11, orientation to portrait, and again, margins to 0. And I am going to add in this one here so that you can see, and I'm going to do the wrap and through again so that I can move it around. And I'm just going to do a couple of these. So I'm going to Control C, Control V, and now I can print this with Sublimation printing. So I will go to File and Print, and I'm going to be using my Epson EcoTank 2840 that I've converted over to sublimation printing by adding sublimation ink. And I'm going to make sure I have premium presentation paper matte selected and high quality. And under more options, I'm going to make sure I'm mirroring my image and I have either high speed or bidirectional turned off. And I like to go under image options and emphasize more and emphasize thin lines. So now we're ready to print. And I just wanted to show you my Epson EcoTank 2840. I'll have a link below. I just converted this one over to sublimation printing. And here is our first sublimation print coming out. I am using my HTVRONT auto heat press for this. So I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to leave the pressure at 170 pounds. And I'm going to leave the temperature at 385 degrees, but I am going to turn the time down to about 30 seconds is all we're going to need for this. So I'll get this set, and while this heats up and the prints are printing, and we will get ready to get our design pressed onto our flag. And we are up to temperature. I use a 15 by 15 inch silicone mat, pressing mat on top of the pressing mat that came with my HTVRONT Auto Heat Press 2 because I like the added pressure that I get. So you can see this red mat here is that silicone mat, and I will have a link below for that as well. Now I'm getting ready to do a pre-press. I want to pre-press this garden flag for 10 seconds to get out any excess moisture that is in there. So I'm going to be pressing it at 385 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 seconds. And because it is so big, I'll have to do this in two different presses. Now you're going to want protective paper on both the top and the bottom. So I wanted you to see, now this is the first print. This is the 8.5 by 14 piece of paper. And so you can see that I've got it laying here on the flag. Now I'm going to be trimming this down. And here it is after I trimmed it down. Now you can see that there is quite a bit of room for us to put those extra flowers on. So I lined up my first image, and you can see that I used HTVRONT 125 sublimation paper for this. I've got it lightly taped in place. I didn't use a lot of tape on this because we want to make sure that when we lay these extra little flowers on here that we're not hitting any tape for that. So now I trim down all of these little flowers, and I'm going to be taping them into places as well. So I just randomly place these around where they will fit on this garden flag. And now I'm ready to tape them in place. And here they are, secured down very well with heat resistant tape. Now you can see that I did tape everything down very well because we are going to have to move this when we press. And here it is, all taped in place. I have a piece of protective paper down, and I'm getting ready to do my first press. Now I am going to be pressing this in sections. I'm going to be doing 385 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 seconds with 170 pounds of pressure. I am going to move it, and then I'm going to press the second half of the garden flag as well. So you want to be careful that you're not moving any of these images that are taped in place. So I'm going to get some protective paper on top, and we'll get started. So here I've got the protective paper down, and I'm going to do the first press, and then I'm going to move it over very carefully, and I'm going to do the second half press, both at 30 seconds. And here it is as I start to remove the paper. It turned out so well. I'll finish getting these all removed and get it set up. And here it is with all the little flowers around it. I think it turned out really well.
Well, winter has just gotten started, and I am so ready for spring.
And here is another picture of this beautiful garden flag. So right after I put that garden flag together, I headed off for sunny Florida. So here I am sitting at Port Canaveral and watching the ships going in and out. And one last quick picture of the garden flag. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and see links below.